Before you say I have come again with my talk on XDG, I've really come again. Okay, why do I always talk about the XDGs and how you need to align your career goals, with it? It's because the XDG is something that the entire world is talking about. What are the SDGs? They are the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. If you want to know more about them, I have a free course on my YouTube channel, Assessing International Opportunities and Career Opportunities within the United Nations SDGs. It's on my YouTube channel. Go and watch and learn more about it. And talking about career choices, as a follow up from my last video on how I became an SDG advocate and an international health manager, one thing that guided me through my journey is the power of choices, choosing my course. I already told the story about how I became a pharmacist in my previous video. As I mentioned, you can find that there. And the reason I want to talk about it is because not long after I made that video, I saw a video of a Nigerian living in diaspora, in the UK to be precise. And she was talking about how the kind of courses that Nigerians should not waste their money to leave Nigeria and travel across many oceans and seas to go and study in the UK. And it was interesting because one of the courses she mentioned is public health. And for all my people, all the nurses, all the doctors, and all the health specialists that are listening to me, that have done a bachelor's degree and you're thinking of masters, every time, almost every time you ask someone in our field who wants to do a master's degree what they want to do, most times they tell you public health. Let me not lie and pretend to be know it all. I was also in that category, but at least I was open enough to be interested in courses like global health, global public health, because I like big names, until someone also spoke to me and told me that sometimes the title of the course does not matter, but the content. So sometimes we're too quick to say, oh, I want to do public health, I want to do this. There are other courses that are great for the career that you want to build that may not exactly be public health. In my own case, I did a master's in international health and social management. And unlike most master health, master of public health courses that people have, it was not an MSc, it was an MA, like a master's of arts. So why will I do an international health and social management? In fact, I feel like it's a very uncommon course. Like the title, I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere apart from here in Austria, the MCI, where I studied. And what drew me to the course? I decided to go through the content. I went through and I saw that the things that were in the content are things that I didn't even think of that I would need for the journey that I want to go to, for the kind of career that I want to build. And I think that is exactly what you should do. Don't be carried away by the title of the course, oh, I have a master's in public health. Nowadays, there are people who are doing public health jobs without any degree in public health. Like I said in my last video I'm still emphasizing, people don't care much about, right now, don't care much about what you studied, how many degrees you have. It's about what can you do. So if you're placed in a workplace, wherever you are placed, based on what you studied or not, what can you do? That is the most important thing. And the era that we are in right now, it's not the era where you are doing something or you have skills or expertise or interest in a particular field and you just keep quiet. You don't want to share about it. Tonight, I had a session with a group of people, young people, and I spoke to them about how to move from local or community leadership to global leadership. And it was interesting because I recalled a personal story, something that happened to me while I was still, trying to get scholarship to study, to just grow myself to be better. And I'm not saying that where I am is like the hallmark. I am still on a journey. I'm still going somewhere. So don't think that I have achieved it all because I have a master's degree abroad. No, I'm still going somewhere. And I had attended this program where someone who um, was proposing, or who was doing the kind of thing that I wanted to do. She's an older woman. Eventually, we didn't get to work together, but I'll tell you what I did. So right after she spoke at this event, at the end, I went to her and said, "Ah, Ma, you know how Nigerians, how respectful we we appear to be. Ma, I've done this, I have done that. I can do this. I'm interested in what you're doing." And at some point, she began to laugh because I was just trying to list everything I've done. Ma, like I have capacity. I was just trying to prove to her that I had capacity. And she began to laugh, and she made a statement. If you're Christian, you'll understand better. And she said, "I've killed the lion, I've killed the bear." Do you know what that means? She was likening me to David, the biblical David, who, when he was face to face with Goliath, was reeling out his own CV. I've killed the lion, I've killed the bear. When did he do that? While taking care of his father's sheep. Now he was stand face to face against Goliath, who had what? Many years of battle under his belt. This is a real soldier fighting with all the armors and the helmet and the spear. And Goliath was trying to intimidate him, with his own CV. But here is someone who wants to move from local or community leadership to global leadership, putting his CV. He said, "Yes, I may not have done what you have done in your capacity, but in my own capacity, I was able to keep my father's sheep. I was able to protect my father's sheep from the lion, from the bear. And so because of that, I qualified to stand against you." That is how it is. Yes, I studied this, I studied that. I have developed this skill, or I honed this skill and that skill, and so I can do this. That's the most important thing. What knowledge do you have? What skill sets do you have? Even if you don't have work experience, what volunteer experience do you have that can make you stand side by side, to be able to apply yourself to other roles? Think about it. And don't forget, watch, subscribe, comment, share. Let me know where you're watching from. Thank you, and see you in my next video.